Award, proudly brought to you by
Coca-Cola, available across the Cayman Islands from Tortuga distributors. Accept no substitutes. Taste the feeling with Coca-Cola. Brand Source Home Gallery, inspiring luxury. And JN Money.
From abroad to yard.
Fast, affordable, convenient. Doctor's Hospital. Peace of mind is important when life happens. Doctor's Hospital, always there for you. Call 949-6066. And by the STEPS 2023 National Health Survey. Visit gov.ky/steps to learn more. And Cayman Airways. Call them on 949-2311 to book your nonstop flights to Los Angeles and Panama. And Digicel, Cayman's bigger, better network.
This is For the Record with Ort Connor.
Coming to you live from Radio Cayman Studio.
For the record.
For the record. For the record. Hear from your government officials, independents, and the opposition on issues that matter to you. For the record. Engage in an open dialogue between residents and lawmakers.
For the record.
For the record. For the record. Informative, impartial, insightful.
This is your talk show.
1-800-534-8255. Your calls, your input. This is For the Record. And now, your host, Ort Connor.
Good morning, Cayman. It's actually Simon Boxall sitting in for your normal host, O.C. Connor, on the For the Record show. And I'm joined this morning, I'm very pleased to say, by Miss Corinne Glasgow, who will introduce herself. I believe she's been on the board, the former CEO of the credit union, and also Miss Pat Estwick. And I'm not sure of your titles, so perhaps you could introduce yourselves. Good morning.
Forgive me if my voice sounds a little bit off. I've been traveling, so I have a little head cold. Oh. But with me is the current CEO of the credit union,
heading up the ship,
Patricia Estwick. So we have a good legacy that we've passed on, and she's taking the torch and
taking the helm,
moving the credit union forward.
So what, do you still have a current role? You were head up for quite a while, right?
Oh, yes. I was there for almost 11 years as the CEO, and I decided to retire, and I took 2 cruises to get away. I went on a New Zealand-Australia cruise and a Caribbean, a Panama Canal cruise to give her time to establish herself. And they actually nominated me to go on the board in my absence. But anyway, I stayed away for a few years, and then here I am back on the board.
And you're looking amazing. You don't see the age at all. You look incredible.
Oh, keep talking, Simon. I'm so glad we got you today.
So, Miss Pat, how's it been? I mean, that's some big shoes to fill as well.
Absolutely, but it's been wonderful. Yesterday was actually 6 years since I've been the CEO of the credit union. Mm-hmm. There's never, ever been a dull day. Mm-hmm. And it's extremely busy, but it's extremely rewarding because we're small enough that you can see what the work produces. You can see the impact that we're making on the staff, on the members, and on the wider community. So I love it.
Yeah. I'm a member as well. Before we really get into it, I just we've got a sponsor here and some birthday shout-outs, so we're going to get right into those. And let me just see. Okay, so we've got Michelle T. is celebrating a birthday today, and husband Chris is actually celebrating tomorrow, so it's all sorts of celebrations there in the family. Tiffany Gale Griffiths, congratulations, Tiffany. You're celebrating as well today. And tomorrow, Miss Izzy Obi, I think she's a fashion designer. Mm-hmm. She celebrates. And also Mrs. Harriet Vassell is celebrating as well. So we've got a number of celebrations there. And those birthday shout-outs are brought to you by the Pizza Boat, which is now open in Queen's Quarter and West Bay Road. Hop on board the Pizza Boat Express. Pizza Boat makes pizza even more fun. Pick up or delivery, and it's got a great easy phone number, 949-0000, or you can even order online at www.pizzaboat.ky. And I just, breaking news, I'm just seeing that the Jamaican national football team held Brazil to a 0-0 draw just a minute ago. They must be celebrating their reggae girls in Jamaica this morning, and that means they're actually going through to the next round of the World Cup.
Congratulations
I think
to Jamaica.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Yeah.
And I think their goalkeeper held off like a pretty formidable attack from Brazil.
Yeah.
So it's
Excellent.
incredible news. So, I mean, Miss Pat, I know you brought in the ATM in your over the last 6 years. What else has been going on at the credit union?
Actually, 5 years before me, Miss Corrine brought the first one in.
Okay.
And we expanded it and added two.
Okay.
So the first one was at headquarters, and the other two is one is at the GAB, the Government Admin Building, and in the lobby, and then the other one is in countryside.
Interesting.
So
were you involved in, there saw something at the West End recently, there was some kind of conference. Did you guys get involved in that as well or not? There was some sort of conference of credit unions, but it looked like maybe it was US based.
No, that one was US based.
Okay.
Yeah.
So talk about it, Miss Glasgow. Is it growing still? Miss Corrine, can I call you Corine?
Corine,
Okay,
without
thanks.
the miss.
Okay, Corine.
Just Corine.
There you go.
I'm trying to keep young, you see. You said
Well, you're doing
I'm
it.
not
I don't know
aging,
what
but
you're
if you
doing.
call me miss, then I'm
Exercise.
going to start to age.
Okay. So is the credit union growing? I mean, you offer a bunch of, what are some of the things you offer? Obviously, loans.
The credit union is growing. We started, how many years ago? 48 years ago. Yeah, with $35. $35. You cannot start a financial institution today with $35. You have to come with more. But that's how we started. And we're over $500 million in total assets. Our members have saved, and therefore they can borrow.
Right.
And so we keep growing. We have how many members now?
We have just under 18,700
members.
Yeah.
So who can be a member?
It's it was started almost 47 years ago by civil servants for civil servants and their immediate family members. So once you become a member, then your immediate family, your mother, your father, your spouse, your children can join. And then they in turn, their parents, siblings, children can join.
Okay.
So
once
that's
you're
how we
embedded.
can spread. We have, of course, just submitted to the registrar an amendment to our rules to expand all of that. But that's coming. But right now, for the civil servants and their immediate family members, and also in the year 2000, we expanded to include communications and utilities companies.
Okay.
So, for example, CUC, all of the television and networking entities are also eligible to be members.
Okay, interesting.
As well as all of the statutory bodies and government-owned companies.
Yeah. So Cayman Airways and
You used to
Turtle
offer
Center.
like the best interest rate out there. Like, I remember when interest rates were really, really low, like the credit union was
a
probably
little higher.
a little higher.
Yeah, we have been in a serious growth period since the interest rate started moving last year, March.
Okay.
But our rate that we have now, that rate has been consistent since 2010.
Wow.
We dropped it by 1% in April of 2020 and the start of the pandemic, and we have increased it by 0.75 basis points so far, back up. So we are almost we are right now 2% below the prime. CI
Because
prime
this is
rate.
an area so many people are really struggling. They're seeing their mortgages, they're going up and up. So you guys are managing, because I think the Premier actually tried to broker some sort of arrangement with the banks. Because people are kind of finding, you kind of get used to a certain amount of expenses each month, and then the interest rate shot up and cost of living went up. So that's Is that some one of the reasons, do you think, that's driving the growth?
Oh, absolutely. We not only have we helped many members who may not have had their mortgage with us originally, or who are new borrowers, but to save hundreds of dollars a month on loan payments. But we've helped people who can be members who didn't bring it by because, this is a competitive world. The banks don't want to lose all their loans, so, and we quite frankly can't take all their loans, so, and don't want to. But many members who stayed with the banks have benefited because the bank had to compete with our rate.
Okay.
And that's just a fact. So where our impact on the community is not just within who we help at the credit union, but at this period where the interest rate environment, that we have consciously made a decision not to follow the CI prime rate, has really benefited a lot of people.
Yes. Actually, because a credit union, we say members, right? You're not a customer. You are a member owner of this financial institution. We're not governed by the traditional banking laws. We're governed by the cooperative society law. The cooperative society law, just to break it down, just consider that we are cooperating together. We are saving together. We are borrowing from each other. It's just the credit union itself facilitates that process. And we also give a good return to our member owners who save in a credit union. That's the three main objectives of a cooperative, a credit union: to help the member to save, to give him access to credit, to loans, and to give him and her the best rate of return. How credit union works is, after we clear all of our expenses, all of the undistributed surplus, or another word is net profit, goes back to the members. So your first account in the credit union, if you're 18 years and older, is a shares account. That's your ownership into the credit union. So at year end, which is the 31st of July, then Ms. Patchy has a wonderful job to get the external auditors in, and SEMA would have done their inspections, etc. And then we prepare for the annual general meeting, which is we have to have our financial statements, and the profit then that we have made, we do the proposal to the membership, and they never say no. So they get back all of the profit that the credit union has made on that financial year. So when you hear people talking about, the credit union can afford this, no, it's not.
You're not really making a big profit.
No, the profit we made is to go back to the members. The members benefit from it.
Well, sorry, but the return on our assets is a lot higher than some of other institutions because we don't have huge overhead expenses. We have a small team that work extremely hard, big up to all the 76 members of staff at the credit union who are owners as well, because we're all members. They work very hard. Our volunteers that run the board and the committees, the supervisory, the credit, they are paid. They're fed. They're paid chicken free. They don't even have huge, thousands of dollars for our directors, and we don't have any of that. This is for the love of a credit union. This is what it's about.
We're gonna turn to a break now, and we'll be right back. Thank you very much for that so far.
The Cayman Islands boasts of a long, colorful, and rich history. In tribute to our roots, Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands, is pleased to bring you the Historical Vignette Series, brought to you by Rotary Central. For more than 110 years, Rotary members have used their passion, energy, and intelligence to take action on sustainable projects. The Cayman Islands, He hath founded it upon the seas.
Dalkeith Ruel Bodden, 1918 to 2001.
Dalkeith Ruel Bodden, like many Caymanian men of his generation, spent much of his early adulthood overseas, having worked for his family cattle business in Georgetown since the age of 10, and at 19 he went to Aruba to work for an oil company. When World War II was declared in 1939, he went to England and enlisted in the Royal Air Force. He served with the RAF for 6 years, including tours in East Africa and Egypt. En route home in 1946, Dal talked with King Parker in Jamaica about the possibility of seaplanes landing in the North Sound. This vision later became a reality. Dalkeith married the former Vita Marin in 1947, and the couple had one daughter. In 1957, he opened Crew Road Gas and Service Station. Later, he and Vita built the Bodmer Building in Georgetown. Dal was a founder of the Rotary Club and the Veterans Association. He donated property to the Cayman Islands government to enable a road to be built into the Queen Elizabeth II Botanic Park.
Radio Cayman's historical vignettes was brought to you by Rotary Central. For more than 110 years, Rotary members have used their passion, energy, and intelligence to take action on sustainable projects.
Since 1993, Rotary Central has worked diligently each year to provide quality bus shelters to our community. A traveling convenience to our school children, the elderly, young people going to work, guest workers, and visitors using the public bus. We, Rotary Central, help you, our advertisers, make it happen. Your marketing dollar travels a far way. Positioning your message, your product, your services, your presence in over 83 bus shelters. Every dollar you spend, every advert you place helps to build another bus shelter, providing modest comfort for Cayman travelers. Reserve space now on the only billboard medium in the Cayman Islands. Email rotaryshelters@gmail.com. rotaryshelters@gmail.com. The Bus Shelters, a partner in community convenience. Another inspiration program by Rotary Central Cayman Islands.
I love Pizza Boat. It's yummy. It has my two favorite things combined, cheese and boats. Pizza Boat makes pizza way more fun.
Hop on board the Pizza Boat Express. Kids, now Pizza Boat makes pizza even more fun. Summer is here. Lunch or dinner, let Pizza Boat bring the fun. Pizza Boat, a Cayman twist to pizza, bringing fusion ingredients from all over the globe to give you locally inspired fresh pizzas all day, every day. Pizza Boat, now open in Queens Court on West Bay Road. Pick up or delivery 949-0000 or order online www.pizzaboat.ky.
West Bay Pharmacy. Personalized medicine, customized care to meet your specific needs. Your body is unique to you. Your medicine should be too. Whether you're seeking individual specific medication, correct size dosages, or simply better tasting medicine, ask your pharmacist or healthcare provider about how compounding at West Bay Pharmacy can increase your treatment options, not only for your family, but for your pets too. West Bay Pharmacy, open Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 8 p.m., Sundays and most holidays from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Can you imagine your home completely organized? At Brand Source Custom Closets, we can. We specialize in designing and building custom closets and storage units for any room in your home, including the garage. With tailored designs and custom LED lighting solutions to fit your lifestyle and budget. Our custom closets expert is committed to enhancing the value of your home with a solution that is uniquely yours. Visit our showroom or call 623-6774 to schedule a no-obligation appointment with our design expert. Brand Source Custom Closets, 209 Dorsey Drive, Industrial Park.
Hello, Cayman. If you have been chosen for the STEPS National Health Survey, thank you so much. But we still need your help. 1,000 more people need to participate in Step 3, the final step of the survey, to ensure that our data reflects the whole population of Cayman. We cannot do this without you. Help us shape Cayman's healthcare services. Say yes to Step 3. For more information, contact the STEPS team on 936-4969 or email mhwsteps@gov.ky.
Water Authority Cayman would like to advise its valued customers that the customer service representatives will not be available to provide service to customers on Thursday, the 3rd of August, 2023, due to planned staff training. The authority will be open as normal for all other services, including cashiering. The authority apologizes for any inconvenience this may cause, and thank you for your understanding.
System 1 loaded.
1-800-534-8255. What is on your mind when it comes to the government, independence, and the opposition? Issues that matter to you. 1-800-534-8255. Waiting to hear from you. For the Record.
This is For the Record with Ort Connor.
Welcome back to For the Record. I'm standing in. It's Simon Boxall standing in for your host, O.C. Connor. Good morning, Cayman. Before we get going, I do want to just say, earlier we just mentioned the breaking news of the Jamaican female national squad holding Brazil to a draw. Obviously, our Caymanian athletes have been doing very well too. Recently, I saw Mr. Klein Glidden Jr. won a jet ski race up in North America, and our swimmers, Jordan Crooks, his sister, Jillian, doing incredibly well, and golfers and everything. Also, thank you, Miss Corinne. You were thinking that OC was going to be in the house, and you brought 2 mangoes. He has a mango tree. I don't have a mango tree, so I'm incredibly grateful for those. What are they, Julia? Carrie?
Those are carries. Off of my tree.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's incredible. I love mango season.
And Miss Pat got 2 East Indians, her favorite.
The Namdok ones?
No, East Indians.
No, East Indians.
Really? They're stringy, but I love it. Just bring some floss.
Yes.
Yeah. So we had actually somebody show up to the studio, and they had they were met at the door by Miss Susan, and the question they had, if I can read it, why every time that I make a deposit do I have to get a job letter, and I have a small licensed business? Why?
Yes.
Why is that happening?
Okay, well, first of all, as Ms. Corinne mentioned, we are regulated by our regulator is CIMA.
Okay.
We are a financial institution, so there's no exceptions. So we have to follow the rules and the laws, just like the other institutions. Now, in terms of the frequency of his deposit, I wouldn't know, because usually a job letter is for about 6 months. But if he has, if this member has his own business, then the documentation that we would require would be a bit different. It depends on so many things. It depends on his risk profile. It depends on what he put as the amount that he would normally deposit. Okay. Maybe he put one amount and then
a big sum.
Then he brings in a bigger sum, and then they request more due diligence. So it depends on a number of things. But we have a wonderful Chief Risk and Compliance Officer that I am sure if he came in and asked to have a discussion with her. We also have a very experienced Chief Operating Officer that is oversees the branches, and she'll also be able to explain what's happening with him. Because if his profile is set up right, then we would not, the less due diligence we would have to ask.
You wouldn't flag it if the amount's coming in.
Yeah.
Earlier, Corinne, I'm joined in the studio by Ms. Pat Estwick, for those just joining us, the CEO of the Cayman Islands Credit Union, and also Corinne Glasgow, the former CEO and board member. Earlier you were mentioning volunteers, Ms. Corinne, volunteers, people working for nothing?
I'm happy to explain. You might find commercial banks are paying their shareholders at the top. Credit union as a cooperative is, aside from the CEO and her staff, the credit union is impacted by people who serve without pay. Ms. Pat actually mentioned it earlier. We only feed the volunteers. Volunteers are people who are elected annually at the annual general meeting. That's when we declare dividends, you see. And they serve on the board of directors, the credit committee, and the supervisory committee, and sometimes subcommittees that the board of directors would set up. So they're not paid. They serve as we have a term to call it members helping members. We are serving our other members only for the love of our credit union without pay. So when I left, because I was considered very frugal,
Extremely.
That's probably why.
Well, you see, if I kept the expenses down, if we kept the expenses down, it meant that our net profit was more to go back to the members. So that's been my philosophy. So Pat tries to keep the expenses down, but we live in a very expanding world, so everything costs more. Yeah. But so these volunteers are elected annually to serve. And aside from providing them with a meal at the credit board or supervisory committee meetings, she did ask the membership to give them a little allowance. That'll help with gas.
A small stipend.
A small stipend.
Chicken feed.
Chicken feed, yeah. It'll help them to buy some gas or something like that. Other than that, our volunteers who are member owners who have been elected to serve are just serving on these various committees. So, for example, if you wanted a mortgage, that goes to the credit committee, right? Every week they meet, they review. The loans are put to them by the credit department, the loans department. And these members look, assess, ensure that the member qualifies under our policy, and they get it.
That's amazing. Talk more about, Ms. Pat, talk more about the sort of loan portfolio and things like that, and what you're kind of offering, the different products.
Right. Well, we have long-term mortgages. I think Ms. Corinne started that in 2010. Before it was short-term. Secured by your shares, what we call the within share loan, and it was some unsecured loan based on your character. That's how the credit union started. You saved. You know, I want to remind a lot of members that when a lot of the members will know this, before you could borrow from the credit union, you had to save for 6 consecutive months. You had to show them, and we never required a big set of money. It was what you could afford. I remember when I joined Mr. Rupert, God rest his soul, Rupert McCoy. I joined the civil service, and he says, "Oh, Miss Pat," he said, "you have to join the credit union." And he had his whole paraphernalia to teach me all about the credit union. And he said, "I know you don't make a lot of money, but even if you just start with $5 a month, you will be amazed how much that's going to amass over the years." And that's exactly what I did. And every time I would get a little increase or get a different role, I would increase my savings at the credit union. So that is how the saving members is able to assist the members who borrow. So if members who are borrowing are not saving, the credit union model will not work. It just will not work. And we're not asking you. I should say that on average, most of our members' deposits are less than 100,000. So when you look at that in terms of the number of members that we have, when you look at that in terms of what that $100,000, even in this high interest rate period, will get you on a fixed deposit in the bank, our dividend is twice that amount at best, at least. So this is not where members are not being rewarded. The members are being rewarded because they understand that them who can save saves. Some can save more, some can save less, but that's what forms the basis for the lending. Ms. Corinne can tell you, I mean, the credit union model that we have, some credit unions are open where everyone in the country can be a member. That's not our credit union. It's a closed bond. We don't have entities, corporations, locally or overseas, putting deposits in our credit union. We are not a bank. You know, we and I worked in a bank for 17 years. And I'll be fair, they were well run bank for 17 years, and our model is different. We're not taking other people's money to lend locally. We're taking local members' money to lend locally. So a member coming and borrowing $400,000, $500,000, you're borrowing it from other members who have invested with us, trust us, look forward to their dividend. So it's a mutually beneficial arrangement.
Interesting. Yeah, I have I don't put in much, but I tend to spend it. I don't know why.
Yeah.
But I have a thing, a standing order with government, so I don't even have to come down and deposit.
Exactly.
It's junk.
That's right. Yeah.
It
That's
goes.
Right.
But then when Christmas and things come around, and
and the dividend is posted.
Yeah.
And should we remind everyone about the interest rebate?
Yeah, that's true.
So not only having the lowest interest rate, we also I came out and said we give, if you pay your loan on time every month, you can get back up to sometimes we've paid back up to 3% of the interest that you paid for the year in your account
we've
at
got
Christmas
to go to
time.
the news, Miss Pat, but we'll pick it right back up. And Miss Green, let's go to the news.
Thank you, Simon. And studio time now by Foster's is 8:01.
All right, class, pay attention. School is back in session, and it's time to get back to school ready with Foster's.
Foster's is embracing school spirit with all the essentials like backpacks, stationery, lunch kits, and more.
And online, treat yourself to our useful back-to-school lunch ideas at livewell.fosters.ky to turn fresh and healthy into full and focused.
And any parents hoping to spend more time at home, there's always fresh delivery from Foster's Go.
Think you got all of that? We'll test you on it later.
Get ready for a great fresh start with Foster's.
The 8 a.m. news is brought to you by ValueMed Pharmacy. Save time and order your prescription refills online at value-medpharmacy.com. VALU-medpharmacy.com.
For today's biggest news.
Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands.
With your latest news, I'm Carsley Fuller. Her Excellency the Governor Jane Owen issued her first proclamation as governor on Monday to prorogue the 2022-23 session of Parliament. This discontinues the current session without dissolving it. Once the Governor, Premier, and the Speaker of the House agree on a new date for the 2023-24 session, the Governor will issue another proclamation to formally start that. In the meantime, MPs will continue to hold their electoral seats and Cabinet will continue to function. The 2022-23 session held a number of key moments, including the election of Speaker of the House, the Honorable Catherine Ebanks-Wilkes, the swearing-in ceremony of Mrs. Owen, a special meeting for the passing of Her late Majesty the Queen Elizabeth II, the coronation of His Majesty King Charles III, and 2 changes to the membership of the Standing Public Accounts Committee. House committees will also continue to function during any proroguing period, including the Select Committee on Gambling Amendment Bill, the Standing Public Accounts Committee, and the Standing Select Committee to oversee the performance of the Office of the Ombudsman. In efforts to crack down on littering and remind residents about its impact on the environment, the Beautification Task Force has launched a new campaign, teaming up with the Ministry of Tourism and Ports. Details from Radio Cayman, Shanda Gallego.
According to ministry officials, Cayman is facing an increasing challenge from littering and illegal dumping that is unsightly, hazardous to health, and potentially damaging to the island's reputation as a clean and well-maintained tourism destination. In response to these pressing concerns, the Beautification Task Force is leading the charge on a public education campaign to combat the rising occurrence of littering and illegal dumping and foster a stronger sense of accountability and community responsibility. The nationwide campaign runs through October 31st, 2023, utilizes a diverse range of media outlets such as radio, newspapers, digital advertising, social media platforms, bus shelter advertisements, and strategically placed roadside signs. By leveraging the strengths of each medium, the ministry says the campaign aims to reach the widest possible audience, conveying the message that littering is a crime and encouraging all members of the community to join the call to action by being a part of the solution, not the pollution. Shanda Gallego, Radio Cayman News.
And August is Emancipation Month, and the Red Boat Experience is coming to Georgetown.
We decided that we wanted to celebrate the spirit of the people of Georgetown, the ones who made that place alive, and the ones who worked so hard to create what we see now. as our capital. And so we wanted to bring sound back to Georgetown.
Nasaria Sakushalet tells Radio Cayman on Saturday, August 12th from 6 to 8 p.m., Hero Square will become the centerpiece of an improvisational drum circle featuring the traditional Caymanian drum.
It's really just an organic event, and we just want everybody to come out, bring an instrument, and join us and have some fun.
That said, seating will be limited, so it's a good idea to bring your own blanket or something to sit on. The event is free and made possible thanks to a partnership with the Cayman National Cultural Foundation. Now with a check of international news, here's the BBC, which will take us out of the newscast. I'm Karsley Fuller.
BBC News with Moira Alderson. Ukraine says a Russian drone strike has caused serious damage at a port on the River Danube. Ismail has become increasingly important for the export of grain after Moscow pulled out of a deal guaranteeing safe passage for ships through the Black Sea. Donald Trump's campaign team has said the latest criminal charges against him amount to election interference. The former US president is due to appear in court on Thursday to face accusations of plotting to overturn the last presidential vote. The party that won the most seats in Thailand's general election, Move Forward, looks likely to be excluded from the new government. The next biggest party says it hopes to form a coalition without the election winner. Indian police have arrested more than 100 people during deadly communal violence in the state of Haryana. Hindu nationalist groups have staged protests in Delhi after a Hindu procession was attacked in a mainly Muslim town. An Israeli soldier in the occupied West Bank has shot dead a Palestinian teenager. Israel's military said the 15-year-old boy attempted to stab another soldier who'd stopped to question him. Iranian state media say more than 800 women have been sentenced since March for not wearing the mandatory hijab hair covering. Some of those convicted face punishment such as compulsory psychotherapy courses. That's the latest world news from the BBC.
The 8 a.m. news is brought to you by ValueMed Pharmacy. Save time and order your prescription refills online at value-medpharmacy.com. VALU-medpharmacy.com. Are you tired of waiting in long lines at the pharmacy just to fill a prescription?
If what, child, let me tell you.
Well, now you can save time and money with ValueMed's online prescription service. Visit ValueMed's new website, valrx.com, and click the Refill Subscriptions button. Fill in your information and choose your preferred pickup location. Or email your prescription refills for ValueMed Walkers Road at rx-wr@valrx.com, and for ValueMed in Boddentown, email rx-bt at valrx.com. Say goodbye to the hassle of waiting in lines and hello to the convenience of online prescriptions with ValueMed Pharmacy. Visit valrx.com to place your orders today.
You know, as a little girl, I dreamt of traveling to faraway places and foreign lands. I tell you what though, no more dreaming. This summer, I going flying with Cayman Airways. How blessed are we in the Cayman Islands to have a very own national airline. Girl, you can fly to so many international destinations without the hassle of connecting flights. On top of Jamaica, Cuba, and Honduras, you got non-stop flights from Cayman to New York, Miami, Tampa, and even Denver, Los Angeles, and now Panama. Going to be a little cafe con leche and Hollywood Squares for this old gal this summer.
Make your travel dreams come true with Cayman Airways, offering non-stop flights for non-stop adventures in Panama, LA, and many more places in between. For details and to book, call 949-2311, contact a travel agent, or visit CaymanAirways.com.
Radio Cayman helps you to weather the storm during this hurricane season.
One of the most crucial elements of hurricane preparedness is storm awareness. During the season, it is of utmost importance to pay attention to the latest local weather forecasts, as hurricanes do not suddenly form or strike. There are various methods of advanced notification. Utilizing such may be the difference between a favorable outcome and disaster. Both television and radio serve as excellent mediums with up-to-the-minute storm path information in the wake of a hurricane. Another method of tracking a hurricane may be only arm's length away. Your smartphone or tablet can be your most valuable tool before, during, and after a storm, providing countless numbers of apps with crucial hurricane information. Many apps allow you to track storms with moving radar and satellite imagery, plus offer alerts, current conditions, forecasts, advisories, and even video.
This hurricane preparedness tip was brought to you by your community radio station, Radio Cayman 89.9 FM.
The 8:12 a.m. weather report brought to you by CG Britcay, where people come first.
Take some advice from your Aunt Angie. Don't lie on your resume. Because if you say you've got trapeze experience, someone might shoot you out of a cannon and expect you to do a gymnast routine while flying through the air at 82 miles an hour. And just because you want to land on your feet doesn't mean you will. But if you're smart, you'll have CG medical insurance, so you get the best coverage for the price.
Get the best coverage for the price. CG Britcay. Good like that. All benefits are subject to policy provisions, including eligibility at the time of service.
Good morning. Let's take a look at the latest weather report. Current temperature is 84 degrees. Relative humidity is 84%. The barometric pressure is 29.94 inches and falling. The wind is out of the east-northeast at 8 knots. Overnight low temperature was 83 degrees. Synopsis indicate light winds and slight to moderate seas will continue across the Cayman area for the next few days due to a slack pressure gradient over the Caribbean. A tropical wave over the western Caribbean is expected to pass south of the Cayman area this evening and may lead to additional support of cloudiness and showers by this evening and tonight. Radar images show isolated showers in and around the Cayman area moving towards the west-southwest. But the forecast for today calling for partly cloudy skies with a 20% chance of showers during the morning, and the chances of showers increases slightly to 30% along with the possibility of thunder from this afternoon. Temperatures will be in the low 90s with a heat index of 109 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds will be east to northeast at 5 to 10 knots, and seas will be slight with wave heights of 1 to 3 feet. Tonight, partly cloudy skies with a 30% chance of showers and possible thunder, and temperatures dipping to the low 80s tonight. Winds will be east to northeast at 5 to 10 knots, and seas will be slight with wave heights of 1 to 3 feet. Today's high tide will be this morning at 9:41, low tide this afternoon at 3:54, and a high tide again tonight at 10:29. The sun will set this evening at 6:59 and will rise tomorrow morning at 3 minutes after 6. And the outlook is calling for similar weather conditions through Friday morning.
Hey, Bill, glad to see you back in the office.
Who?
Bill.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I think you're mistaking me for someone else.
Tom.
Nope.
Jack.
No.
Alex.
No. Want me to just tell you?
Nope, I got this, George.
No, you don't. Still not me.
Adam.
Not even close, man.
We're like a coworker that didn't forget your name. CG Britcay. Good like that. Okay, good to see you, Mike Johnson.
It's Mordecai.
The 8:12 a.m. weather report brought to you by CG Britcay, where people come first.
During these unprecedented times, Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands, is pleased to bring you the Cayman Strong Series. The Cayman Strong Series is brought to you by Encourse Cayman. Visit encourse.ky to view a full list of wellness services and their qualified team. Encourse Cayman, health, wellness, and happiness.
Change your thinking, change your life. There's no great success without commitment.
As motivational speaker Tony Robbins said, individuals who succeed have a belief in the power of commitment. If there's a single belief that seems almost inseparable from success, it's that there's no great success without commitment. If you look at successful people in any field, you'll find they're not necessarily the best and the brightest, the fastest and the strongest. You'll find they're the ones with the most commitment.
Change your thinking. Change your life.
During these unprecedented times, Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands, is pleased to bring you the Cayman Strong Series. The Cayman Strong Series is brought to you by Encourse Cayman. Visit encourse.ky to view a full list of wellness services and their qualified team. Encourse Cayman, health, wellness, and happiness.
These days, feelings of loneliness, anxiety, stress, and depression can be overwhelming.
Just know you are not alone. On-Course Cayman offers private mental health services for children, teens, adults, and groups. Visit oncourse.ky to view a full list of wellness services and their qualified team. On-Course Cayman. Health, wellness, and happiness.
Water Authority Cayman would like to inform its valued customers that the public water service will be temporarily interrupted on Rex Creighton Boulevard from the intersections of Poindexter Road to Chime Street on Thursday, that's tomorrow, 3rd of August, between 9 a.m. and 1 p.m. These planned works are to facilitate works in the area. Customers in the following areas will be impacted: Tuscany Drive, Tidewater Avenue, Norfolk Drive, Rose Valley Drive, and Hybrid Avenue. The Water Authority apologizes for any inconvenience these works may cause and thanks the public for your understanding and patience. The Water Authority will make every effort to complete these works and restore the water supply ahead of schedule in order to minimize your inconvenience.
The traffic report is brought to you by Subway. Planning a meeting, event, or office celebration? Visit subway.ky to place your catering order today.
Good morning once again. Let's take a look this time at traffic. Traffic on North Sound Road in both directions flowing moderately. Little busy traffic coming off of Bobby Thompson Way as well as off the Linford Pearson Highway on Agnes Way. Slight delays expected as you make your way to Georgetown. On Cool Road, heading to Georgetown, traffic is steady. Eastbound traffic on Cool Road moving along moderately. And the steady traffic as well on Huldah Avenue. As we turn our eyes to the Estella Tibbetts Highway, coming off of there is moderate flow of traffic. And continuing on to the Industrial Park area, as well as the North Sound Road in both directions. And on the Westby Road in front of the Ritz, traffic is moderate in both directions, as well as coming from the Westby four-way stop. Godfrey Nixon Way and Eastern Avenue flowing at a good pace. No issues on Edward Street as traffic is light to moderate, as well as on Owen Roberts Drive. And that's the very latest on your traffic. Join us again at about 10 minutes after 12 o'clock. We'll give you another traffic report. Remember, click it or ticket.
From boat days to beach gatherings, leave the catering to Subway. Choose from small and large sandwich platters, double meat wrap platters, and top it off with optional cookie platters for dessert. Or ask about our Subway Box to Go with the option of 6-inch or foot-long sandwich, 1 cookie, and 1 bag of chips. For all occasions and celebrations, let Subway focus on the food so you can focus on the fun. Visit subway.ky for catering options. Subway. Eat fresh.
The traffic report is brought to you by Subway. Planning a meeting, event, or office celebration? Visit subway.ky to place your catering order today.
Why replace when you can respray? At Granite Express Cayman, we can completely transform your old kitchen cabinets with a fresh kitchen respray for just a fraction of the cost of buying new ones. Big news! Our summer special promo is here. We are offering kitchen countertop specials up to 50 square feet installed for only $1,595 CI for granite and $1,895 for quartz. We can make your dream kitchen come true and at a price to suit all budgets. Call 922-0424 for a free estimate, friendly service, fast installation. Hurry! Limited time only while supplies last. Visit graniteexpresscayman.com.
Tune in every Monday through Friday at 12 p.m. for Radio Cayman's Midday Newscast. Radio Cayman, the People's Station, your trusted official source for the latest news. The 12 p.m. news is proudly brought to you by Health City Cayman Islands. World-class healthcare within your reach.
For the record, with Ort Connor.
Initiating system.
For information that matter. For the record, with Ort Connor. Continues right now on Radio Cayman.
And welcome back to For the Record. I'm Simon Boxall, sitting in for Ort Connor. I'm joined in the studio by CEO of the Credit Union, Pat Estwick, as well as Corinne Glasgow, former CEO and on the board. I'd just like to reach out and acknowledge one of our sponsors. The Pizza Boat is now open in Queen's Court on West Bay Road. Hop on board the Pizza Boat Express. Pizza Boat makes pizza even more fun. Pick up or delivery 949-0000 or order online at www.pizzaboat.ky, and they sponsor the birthday shout-outs. I noticed today, yesterday was on the Mall Road, they're acknowledging Emancipation Day, August 1st, and I'm noticing a year earlier, the Premier of the Cayman Islands, Wayne Panton, said he intends to propose to fellow parliamentarians that Emancipation Day be returned to the schedule of public holidays more than 60 years after it was removed. Mr. Panton was speaking on Premier Access with Sandra Hill on Wednesday, and he was listening to the discussions about Emancipation Day a few days earlier on the Cold Hard Truth, and realized that there was renewed interest in having Emancipation Day as a public holiday. So I think, that is something, when it was brought up a couple of days ago on this show, we had a lot of people call in as well, and I do ask people if they want to call in, you can reach out to, for the record, on 1-800-534-8255, compliments of flow, or for non-flow users, you can reach out on 949-8037 or 949-6990 or WhatsApp 925-3261. And in fact, we did have a WhatsApp message come in. It says, please ask the guests on the show why the credit union on Cayman Brac always closes, I guess, is only open from 11 a.m. to 12:30 on all work days.
Well, first of all, I'd like to shout out to Sydney, Johnny, and Gay on the BRAC. Okay. They are our super team that does everything. And I think the office is closed for lunch because they're a small team, and then it opens back in the afternoon.
Okay, so it's closed from 11 to 12.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I understand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So it's just a small team. And
Yes.
probably not a huge amount of customers, but in the BRAC, or
No, but in terms of for the BRAC, it's a good
it's
set.
important.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We were talking earlier on about, how do you communicate with people, by the way? Do you feel like you're able to communicate effectively? I'm in the communications field. It's kind of one of my areas. Can you talk about talking to your...
Certainly. We have always communicated well with our members. And Simon, I want to apologize again if my voice sounds a bit hoarse, because I was traveling and seemed to have picked up.
Sounds fine to me. I think probably it sounds weird to you, but it
sound
sounds
a little
good.
nasal. Yes, I want to apologize to our listeners.
You sound good.
Yeah, thank you. A little fresh cold or some kind of cold or something like that. But I'm still here and still excited about the credit union.
Gave me, so I can catch anything, get some vitamin C. Anyway, get back to what I was saying about.
Normally, I'm eating lots of vitamin C, but traveling, I wasn't able to take my vitamin C, and I didn't have my mangoes with me, so this is the result of not having any. Oh yes, Simon, I can smell it from here. That caramango looks good. And it's off my tree.
Thank you so much.
What was the question?
Let's
How
talk
we communicate with our members? Yes. Certainly, we live in a world that we are actually flooded with different forms of communication, and certainly with the change in our operating system, our banking system, core system at the credit union, we have more ways in which to communicate with our members. But traditionally, I know I used to use newsletters. We have the annual reports from the for the credit union annual general meeting. You have a report from the credit committee, supervisory committee, the board of directors, and tons of information in there. Our website, for example, is continually updated by Ms. Pat, so lots of information up there. So we want to encourage members who perhaps they call and they get the automated system. A lot of people still want a live person. Look on the website. A lot of information is there. Look at those newsletters that the credit union frequently send out. With the new system, there is emails,
text.
Mm-hmm. So we'll send you a text to say we sent you an email. So all sorts of media.
There's a quarterly new member orientation sessions. Every member each quarter, the new members are invited to learn about the credit union and how it operates.
Yeah.
We have coming up this next first part of our financial year, which started yesterday. It's a very busy period. We have the audit is going on now. Nomination process is going to begin for appointing nominating new volunteers or existing volunteers to the boards and committees. October is International Credit Union Day. Okay. We have a week of activities. And then, of course, leading up to the AGM in November, leading up to Dividend and Interest Rebate Day in December.
That probably gets quite a bit of interest.
Yeah, so it's a lot of stuff going on for the next 6 months. But communicating with our members, we are able to we invite members to various sessions. Last month, June. Was it June? Some of the things have happened. Mm-hmm. We had a series of training and information for our seniors. I don't know, Ms. Corrine can talk more of that. I think she attended most of the sessions, although she's not a senior. But
I noticed you got that seniors line.
Yes, we have a seniors line and seniors parking.
The line is quite long sometimes. I got to tell you though,
yes,
that's one thing. I mean, it actually helps me save a little bit sometimes because sometimes, I mean, I imagine there's times it's not as busy as others. But
we want to encourage members to use online and use the ATM.
Okay.
You don't have to come inside for everything, or you can even email CU Convenience. All the information is on our website. Yeah. And there are some non-cash transactions that they will do for you. Yeah. But we do get a lot of communication, a lot of calls. What's my balance? Is my, is the money in the account yet? But you can find out your balance at the ATM, and you can find out your balance online. So we encourage members, please.
It's the way the world's working.
Yeah.
Some of us are still kind of a little bit old school.
Yes. So
that's along that line. Credit union has that social element to it. Mm-hmm. Our members love to come to the credit union.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's quite social, it is.
Yes.
You always recognize people.
We have a bench or two outside there, and people just sit down and, hi, how you doing, and stuff. It's very social for them. And they do not want to use the ATM nor online banking because they want that face-to-face interaction. So while we have all different forms of communication to our members, sometimes our members don't want that. They want to come in. So for those members who want to come in for the face-to-face interaction and you don't want the ATM and online, please don't complain to us if the line is a little long, or one tell us on vacation or on sick leave and stuff. We have provided so many different methods to communicate with us. And yes, sometimes you're going to get the automated system when you call in because you want to speak to a live person. Remember, there are other means to actually communicate with us.
Okay.
I want to talk a little bit, Simon, about our costs, our fee structure. Okay. So credit unions in the region usually have limited fees. But in the last decade or so, where credit unions, even though they're not licensed entities, they're regulated entities, their level of requirements has increased staff, has increased security systems, IT systems, things like cybersecurity, which 10 years ago might not have been a huge thing for us, is now huge. So there are some fees, for instance, but they're always the lowest fees. We scope the competition, we see exactly what they're charging, and we charge less, much less, 50%, 70% less. So for instance, we would have a compliance and infrastructure fee of $2 a month, whereas someone might have $6 or $8 a month. I wouldn't say who, but I'm just telling you the comparison. We may have I want to really go into a little bit about the loan fees, because our loan fees are set fee. There's a flat fee. It's not based on the amount that you're borrowing. It's not a percentage of your loan. So it's not even a comparison to the to what's out there.
I think we'll pick that up then as soon as we get back from the break. And Susan Mayer said we had a call, but I definitely want to get more into that, the loan aspect. I think people are interested in that too.
Okay, thank you.
She hear clunk and her car stop. I was just about to send her some money, so I send it straight to her JN money transfer card. It cost me less, and perhaps she use the card, pay the garage right away. She'll get discount through the JN Rewards program in Jamaica. This card make things easy. You can even get funds at any multi-link ATM.
JN Money Transfer Card. Fast, affordable, convenient. Tell your loved ones in Jamaica about it. Sign up is free.
You know, as a little girl, I dreamt of traveling to faraway places and foreign lands. I tell you what though, no more dreaming. This summer, I'm going flying with Cayman Airways. How blessed are we in the Cayman Islands to have a very own national airline? Girl, you can fly to so many international destinations without the hassle of connecting flights. On top of Jamaica, Cuba, and Honduras, you got non-stop flights from Cayman to New York, Miami, Tampa, and even Denver, Los Angeles, and now Panama. Going to be a little cafe con leche and Hollywood Squares for this old gal this summer.
Make your travel dreams come true with Cayman Airways, offering non-stop flights for non-stop adventures in Panama, LA, and many more places in between. For details and to book, call 949-2311, contact a travel agent, or visit CaymanAirways.com.
Your dream home starts with a vision, and often inspiration is at the heart of that vision. Brand Source Home Gallery's in-house designers are here to help bring your vision to life. Whether you're remodeling or building a new home, Brand Source Home Gallery is your one-stop solution. Explore their kitchen cabinets, sinks, faucets, bath fixtures, tubs, vanities, and more. Let Brand Source's designers help and inspire you with your next project. Call 623-5000 and schedule an appointment with a design expert at Brand Source Home Gallery, Dorsey Drive, Industrial Park, serving Cayman for 50 years.
Hey, is your phone slow, overheating, and dropping important calls? Don't fret. This summer, it's time to flip out with Digicel. Introducing the all-new Samsung Flip 4 with its sleek design and cutting-edge features. You'll flip into the summer in style and confidence. This summer, you can grab the all-new Samsung Flip 4, all just for $145. Flip into the summer with Digicel. Visit a Digicel store near you and grab the all-new Samsung Flip 4 and the amazing 7-day Prime Ultra plan today.
System 1 loaded.
1-800-534-8255. What is on your mind when it comes to the government, independence, and the opposition? Issues that matter to you. 1-800-534-8255. Waiting to hear from you. For the record.
This is For the Record with Ort Connor.
Welcome back to For the Record. I'm standing in for the host, O.C. Connor. And I'm joined in the studio by Corinne Glasgow, former CEO of the credit union and current board member, as well as Ms. Pat Estwick, who's the CEO right now. I think we're going to go straight to a caller. We got a caller on the line. Please welcome to For the Record.
Hello, good morning.
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 Hello, good morning to your credit union team there. I was wondering if Ms. Pat could talk a bit about the share accounts and how they work and they operate, in terms of savings and access to those shares and return on the shares.
That's a great question.
Yes, thank you.
We did talk about it. You have the best interest rates right now in Cayman, I think.
Thank you, member. I recognize your voice.
Thank you.
Okay, so yes. So the share account. We have the regular savings account, which operates like a savings account. And then we have our share account. The share account represents your ownership in the credit union. Okay. That's the account based on the rules where you have to have a minimum amount, and then anything that you save beyond that, so you build your equity in the credit union. So that account, we, as I told you before how I started, we encourage you to save your money in that account. If you want money to use in operations, you should put that in your saving account. Mm-hmm. But, I know our members, they want to maximize their dividend, so they tend to put everything in their shares, and then they do transactions in and out of their share account.
I'm guilty.
We really want to discourage that. We really want you to commit to an amount that you think you'll be able to, sustain in the increased savings, and then put the rest in your your saving account that you can have access through the ATM. This is in a commercial setting. They encourage fixed deposits because you can plan according to the term. There are rules where you are required to have a certain amount of liquid coverage based on 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 1 year. The credit union has its own liquidity requirements, which we are in compliance with, despite what the RAG may say. Sorry, we comply with our liquidity rules. However, it's harder for us to plan if your share account is used as an operating account. However, if your share account, because the plan is in order to be able to lend, the plan isn't to please us. It's to please the members who are coming in wanting to borrow.
A car loan or
whatever. A mortgage or whatever. So if we, from month to month, you say, okay, I'm going to save $50, and then 2 days later you take it out. It's hard for us to plan. Yeah. So it's nothing that we want to hold on to your money or we want to lock you out or it's more to gauge and properly plan so we can better lend our members. Yeah.
Okay. We've gonna go to, I think we may have another caller on the line, so we're just gonna check out caller. I hope we answered your question there. I'm not sure, do you want to go online? I think I'll go to the call. It's a WhatsApp call. So would it be on this phone, Susan, or no, you're going to pass it?
I could add to that, Simon.
Let's just wait and see whether, I think we've got the legend. Good morning, for the record, WhatsApp caller, please go ahead.
Good morning.
Hey!
Oh, the man himself.
That's the man. How's your vacation going?
Going good so far.
He's a good credit union member.
Good credit union member.
I miss you. You got to come back. It's quite scary at times doing this job,
Thanks. I commiserated about calling in. It's unusual for someone to call into their own show, but I'm calling in not as a show host, but as a credit union member, and I'm extremely passionate about the credit union.
Yes, you are.
And after what I heard being spewed yesterday on another network, I really have had to call in to support the credit union, because what I heard yesterday has the potential to do enormous damage to the credit union, something that has been built up over the years. I have been a credit union member for 38 years as a member of the credit union. I never had a mortgage with the credit union because at the time the credit union was not offering mortgages. But I have my main savings have always gone to the credit union, and as a result of that, I'm able to live as comfortable as I possibly can based on my dividends that I receive, because my main savings went there, as well.
Mr.
And I'm glad that you all have been pointing out the difference between the credit union and commercial institutions. And I hope that people also realize that the direction that commercial financial institutions are heading these days, they're not necessarily customer friendly, even though they believe that they are with their online banking and everything else. But we see elderly people being victimized as a result of that. So we need to realize that the credit union that we have is our main savior here in the Cayman Islands, and we really should not be doing anything to create any reputational damage to the credit union. And I want to commend all of you for the entire the work that you do, all of the volunteers, you know, on the credit committees, the supervisory committees, the board of directors. They're all volunteers, and they're all credit union members as well.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, OC. I don't know. I don't think we could have paid better for that advertisement.
That's right. You are a member owner at heart.
Yes.
8 years.
38
I don't know
years.
if you've gone. I didn't actually follow what was said. I don't know who said what, but do you want to get into it? I mean, do you feel like, obviously OC didn't feel like it was very justified at all?
I think our record speaks for itself.
Okay.
Yes.
Fair enough.
We're
That's a good
just here
answer.
to tell members, and we had planned this with OC a long time ago, before yesterday.
You didn't even tell me.
We had planned it
Okay.
to come on to the show
At some point.
just to, again,
glad you're here.
let members know. Thank you so much about the credit union difference. Yeah, because that's where we stand out. Members helping members.
Well, I think I'm definitely going to thank OC for your call. Thank you very much, Sharon, for this opportunity.
Yeah. And
I feel
just
honored.
before I go, if you would talk to us and tell us the direction that the credit union is heading, what other services that you're looking to offer in the future as well. Because like I said before, you know, you're the bulwark that we have now against the commercial financial institutions, because they're not necessarily customer friendly.
Okay. Thank you, OC.
Thank you.
I don't even know where to start now. But in terms of the direction, let's start there first. We ask our members, and members have told us, we had an annual survey of our members, and they say they want us to have a debit card product, and they also want us to be part of the automatic clearinghouse. Right now, our members can move money from a bank into the credit union account at the bank, and but it's not going the other way. We don't offer, our risk profile is very low because we don't offer wire transfers and certain other things that the commercial banks do. We don't offer credit cards. We asked the members, and the members said those are the two things that they're interested in: the debit card and the automatic clearinghouse. The other thing that we're doing is we're opening a branch in Country Corner, and we're hoping that we will cut the ribbon in October.
Wow.
It's been a while, but we're getting there. We're getting there.
This is Countryside?
This is Country Corner, right across
from
Countryside. Right across
That's
the road.
great. So a lot of people in the eastern side.
We already have the ATM there, but we're talking about a branch.
Yes. We're also thinking of doing an ATM in the West. Big up to all our West Bay members.
Yes,
who've
the
been
Republic.
who've been asking.
Again, that was by survey. We asked them at the annual general meeting what they wanted.
Yes.
And overwhelmingly they said that they wanted ATM facilities in West Bay.
Yeah, we're also geared up now with our new system to, just like all the other institutions, you can pay your utility bills there online or in the branch. We're gearing up to do that as well in the next year. Yep. And so there's some good things coming, but we've identified the great things that makes the credit union what it is, and our main focus will be to enhance operational efficiency, because you can't improve if you don't acknowledge that you need to keep improving. So, and improve operational efficiency to maintain those things that members have trusted us for the last 4 to 7 years.
Well, you were actually intending initially, I think, to depart at 8:30. I'm glad to see you've gone a little bit further. We're going to go to a break now. I don't know whether, hopefully you'll stick around for a bit longer.
We're happy to stay. We have lots to talk about.
Okay. All right, well, we'll be right back. Stay tuned to For the Record. Here's a commercial break.
There you go, sir.
Thanks for choosing JN Money Transfer.
Boy, thanks to JN Money Transfer, I can stay right here in Cayman and pay Mama bills back home in Jamaica. Her water, light, phone and other bills never late. Every month I pay everything in one place.
Make payments to over 30 companies in Jamaica through JN Money Transfer. Fast, affordable, convenient. Call 1-800-744-1163 for details.
So much happening, so fast, too much. It is hard for me to follow my health care instructions. The private counseling with West Bay Pharmacy literally saved my life.
At West Bay Pharmacy, we know how complex medications can be. Our pharmacists are delighted to offer you personalized one-on-one healthcare counseling, free medication review, therapeutic callbacks, and we will liaise with your physician to ensure you receive the best in quality medical care.
Quality of life has a whole new meaning with the right pharmacy to support you. Thank you, West Bay Pharmacy.
West Bay Pharmacy in Centennial Towers. Convenient quality care is just around the corner. Now you can WhatsApp your West Bay Pharmacy prescriptions to 516-0777.
No, man. I'm tired of seeing a new charge on my phone bill every month.
You are always complaining about that bill. I think it's time you make that switch to Digicel.
I've been with my network for more than a decade. I don't know if I want to move over now.
Well, better later than never. When you switch to Digicel, you get better speeds, more data, and simply more value. Best of all, no dishonest practices. What they say is what you get. Make that switch today and get 50% off your first 2 months.
50% off my first 2 months? Mary, you're convincing me now. Okay, I'll visit a Digicel store near me.
Experience the bigger, better network. Switch your postpaid number to Digicel for 50% off your first 2 months or get a free 30-day Prime bundle for prepaid customers. Make the switch today.
Hello, Cayman. If you have been chosen for the STEPS National Health Survey, thank you so much. But we still need your help. 1,000 more people need to participate in Step 3, the final step of the survey, to ensure that our data reflects the whole population of Cayman. We cannot do this without you. Help us shape Cayman's healthcare services. Say yes to Step 3. For more information, contact the STEPS team on 936-4969 or email mhwsteps@gov.ky.
For the record with Ort Connor.
Initiating system.
For information that matters. For the record with Ort Connor. Continues right now on Radio Cayman.
And welcome back to For the Record. I'm in the studio joined by Pat Estwick, the CEO of the Cayman Islands Credit Union, and also Corinne Glasgow, former CEO and current board member. Is it, talking about loans, is it a kind of a long, drawn-out, hard, difficult process to get loans? I mean, talk a bit about the loan process.
Okay. I'll start and Pat can finish.
Do we have two callers as well, so we should...
Oh, well,
I don't know whether you want to quickly or do you want to take a call first? Let's take a call. Let's hear what we got. Welcome to For the Record, caller. You're on the air.
Hello.
Yeah, good morning. You're on the air.
Hi. Good morning, Simon. Good morning to the guest, especially Miss Corinne.
Hello.
Glasgow.
Good morning.
Good morning. It's great to see you.
Morning.
My question, I have called the credit union before to ask is, why are retired civil servants not able to get a loan?
Okay.
Who's going to answer that?
I'll answer that. You are able to get a loan. We have, the policy says that you are eligible to get a loan past retirement once you can demonstrate the ability to pay. So if you have rental income, if you have pension, if you have other investments, if you have shares that you can borrow a within share loan, and we'll talk about the within share loan more in a bit, you can borrow. Also, another way that you can borrow, let's say you and your family or your children or whatever, you want to do duplex and rent it. You can create a limited liability company, put the property in the company, then you apply for the loan, and we have a special product where it isn't based on the age, it's based on the life of the company, and therefore there are exclusions for life insurance, you can get a construction loan, and you can build it, and the income from that property will pay the loan. So we do have many options for retired civil servants to borrow, and I would encourage you to come and speak to myself or the Chief Credit Officer, Mr. Alistair Carter, who has over 30-something years of lending experience.
Yes.
Thanks for that answer. We may have another caller on the line. Let's go straight to the next caller. Go ahead. You're on the air with For the Record. Good morning. Good morning, caller. You're on the air with For the Record. Go ahead with your question if you're still there.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Sam. Good morning to you guys too.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay. Well, we know that CMB Bank was founded by gentlemen like Mr. Truman Bodden and Mr. Benson.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Peter Tompkins.
Yeah, Mr.
Yeah,
Benson.
Mr. Peter,
Right.
I was trying to remember his name.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yes, who are the founders of Credit Union?
Okay, Miss Corrine got that one.
I can take
but
that.
I can rattle it off too. You go ahead.
With that $35, we had 7 members,
$35.
7
Okay.
senior civil servants
Wow.
who put their $35 together, $5 each, 7 5s 35, and they started the credit union in 1975.
Do you remember?
So there were senior civil servants, people like Mr. Lemuel Hurlston, Mr. Louis Moncrief, George McCarthy,
number one, Gilbert McLean.
Number one.
Miss E. Banks, Miss Rachel.
Rachel E. Banks.
Mr.
That's
Jackson.
Ann Owen's mother.
Okay.
So, and Mr. Miller from Northside,
Miller.
right?
So Miller.
Yes. So they were
Interesting.
all civil servants, and they started a credit union because the commercial banks wouldn't lend to civil servants who were considered their salaries were too low.
I think, caller, do you have a follow-up? That was an interesting question. Anything else to add?
Yes, as we know, there was a business transfer sale with CNB not too long ago. Is the same thing able to happen with credit union?
I think CMB was bought by a bank in Trinidad.
Yeah.
Can you sell?
No.
You can't sell.
No. First of all, in the Cooperative Societies Act, which is the law that governs the credit union, no one can hold more than 20% of our shares, and we internally then have a rule that says you can't own more than 10%. And we would have to report anything to the regulator if it's more than 10%. Remember, the credit union is owned by members. Members control the credit union. Members, not the board, members would have to decide on something like that.
So it's a Caymanian institution.
Yes, it isn't. Well, we do have, to be fair, we have over 62% of the members are Caymanian, but remember, Cayman has many nationalities, and they work for the government, or they're members, they're family of
government
employees.
Right.
And so we do have a very good mix of
people.
What represent our
not,
population.
It's part of Cayman.
Yeah, but it's part of Cayman.
Thank you for that call. We're going to go. We've got another call, and actually a WhatsApp message has come. We've got 2 callers on the line now. You're okay sticking around for a little bit?
Yes.
I've got to get out of here soon. But caller, go ahead. You're on the air with For the Record.
Good morning, Mr. Boxall.
Good morning. How are you doing, sir?
I am good here on the block, sir. Good here on the block. Good morning to your panel.
Morning.
I just want to ask you ladies, and one question that I always ask every time you all come on the radio, that I get a chance to hear you all, and I brought it up the last time, I've been a credit union member for numerous amount of years, and I was introduced to the credit union by my dear late friend, Mr. Kirkland Nixon. When I was in the fire department. Yeah, he was a very, very strong man and getting me to be a member of credit union, and I thank him, which I regret not being there at an earlier time. When he told me, I would have been one of the first members from Cayman Brock to have been a credit union member if I had listened to his advice.
Okay.
And but I did turn out to be in the top 5 members of Cayman Brock to be the first members.
Good for you.
And I love the service. I've never had no fault against the system of credit union. The little group of people that work in the office here, love them. They do a tremendous job. But what I need to ask you all once again is for the help for the Cayman Brock people in the majority of Cayman Brockers that do in banking in credit union is not a banking system, but what I'm trying to say is anything to do with borrowing or saving.
Right.
Credit union has the majority of people here on the Brock that they deal with. And what I would love to see come here on the Brock for credit union is an ATM machine. And I've always been asking for that from time I knew what an ATM machine was. And ladies, if you all could dig up your papers and get something going.
Can't leave our brackets out.
Change your pins or get better ink or something, put something on paper, and we would appreciate it very much if that could be put in place in the near future.
That would be a great thing if that could be an outcome. If that could be an outcome for the show. Thank you very much for that call.
Thank you,
All right,
caller.
Miss
Thank
Pat,
you.
you're in the hot seat. What are we going to do now? You're going to look up.
Well, we have to look after our brackers, so we will have to put that as part of our plan. So I would encourage a caller to come to the AGM as well. Okay, thank you.
That sounds like good news. It sounds hopeful. Let's follow up and make sure that happens. We've actually got still 2 more callers, and then we've got the news. I know you wanted to talk more about the loan. Let's a couple of brief calls we could maybe squeeze in before 9 o'clock. Caller, you're on the air with For the Record. Go ahead.
Yes, good morning once again.
Okay, good morning. Good morning.
I have one more question.
Okay.
There are banks that have 100% financing when you want to borrow money to buy a car. For example, a car for $27,000.
Right.
Okay, and this question is mostly for our young people. Okay? Okay, if they offer those banks offer 100% financing for $27,000 cars, right? I have a question. Why is it that those banks don't allow 100% financing that our young people are able to buy a piece of land for $27,000?
Well, I can't answer for them, but I can tell you that the credit union, all the new cars are done at 100% financing, but also land is done at 100% financing. And we encourage our young people when they come with a $50,000 car, we give them a good lecture. I mean, we do what we can. But we always encourage them. We tell them how long it's going to take before they can afford to buy a piece of land. We say, well, you can't do much while you're paying for the car loan. We talk to them about how it's going to depreciate 20% once it comes off the lot. And sometimes sometimes I call their parents.
Yes, yes.
I must tell you, sometimes I do that. So we do encourage them to buy land or to save to buy a home. So, but I can't speak for the commercial bank. But the credit union is about members helping members. Our mission is to help you fulfill your financial goals. That's what we're here to do.
Yeah. Thank you, Ms. Pat. Thanks for the call. We got 1 more minute before the news. We got a caller on the air. Let's try to get him in quick. Right. Caller, you're on the air.
Hi, Simon. I didn't realize you had cut my call off. I hadn't finished speaking.
Sorry, I apologize. I'm a bit novice.
Yes. So I wanted to find out if these new if the policies regarding civil service retirees getting loans, if it's a new policy, because as recent as about 3 months ago, I know a retired civil servant went out there and was told the same information And I between last year and as recent as 3 months ago, there's been 7 persons that have spoken to me, or we've had conversations regarding them being, given information that they wouldn't be able to apply for any loans because they're retired and their pensions would not be, sufficient. These are people that have their homes paid off, don't have any significant debts, and their reasonings for wanting to get loans range from replacing, used and worn vehicles, renovations to their homes, medical expenses, life-changing expenses that they have income to show that they would be able to sufficiently pay off loans, and loans that certain loans where their shares would be used for collateral, or the subject of the loans would be used for collateral.
Caller, thank you very much. Before you actually respond to we're going to go directly to the news, and then we're going to answer your question when we get back, but it's the 9 o'clock headline. Thank you.
Okay.
Today's biggest news.
Radio Cayman. Your voice, your choice.
Local, regional, international. This is Headlines from Radio Cayman's newsroom.
Today's biggest news.
The headline news is brought to you by Health Services Authority and the Ministry of Tourism and Transport.
It's official. July saw the hottest day since 2004. The National Weather Service says July 21st broke the record for the highest max temperature for Grand Cayman since August 2004, clocking in at 95.5 degrees Fahrenheit. The monthly average for July was just under 88 degrees. Donald Trump has hit out at corruption scandal and failure after being charged with plotting to overturn the 2022 election result. He claims after Tuesday's indictment, quote, "I've never had so much support on anything before." The charges follow an inquiry into the attack on the U.S. Capitol in Washington, D.C. on January 6, 2021. Trump is accused of, quote, "spreading lies about election fraud for more than 2 months." In total, Trump has been charged in 3 criminal cases, but experts say the latest could be the most serious. The other cases relate to secret documents and payments to Stormy Daniels, a former porn star. Despite the criminal cases, Trump is the favorite to be the Republican candidate in the 2024 election. Those are your headlines. I'm Karsley Fuller.
Today's biggest news.
Radio Cayman. Your voice, your choice.
Local, regional, international. This is Headlines from Radio Cayman's newsroom.
Today's biggest news.
The headline news is brought to you by Health Services Authority and the Ministry of Tourism and Transport.
The Health Services Authority has over 120 world-class physicians offering the most comprehensive range of specialist services on island. Our dedicated team of professionals provide the highest quality care in orthopedics, interventional radiology, women's health, geriatrics, and a host of other specialist areas. We are a JCI accredited organization with a proven record of excellence. At HSA, we are committed to caring for you. For more information, visit hsa.ky.
I'm Kenneth Bryan, Minister for Tourism and Ports, and I need your help to keep our beautiful islands clean. Littering is unsightly and negatively impacts our tourism industry, which is crucial to our economy. Keeping our islands clean is everyone's responsibility, so let's all work together to keep the Cayman Islands beautiful for generations to come.
Be a part of the solution, not the pollution. Littering is a crime punishable by a $500 fine or 6 months in prison. Brought to you by the Beautification Task Force and Ministry of Tourism and Ports.
For the record with Ort Connor.
Initiating system.
For information that matter. For the record with Ort Connor. Continues right now on Radio Cayman.
Good morning, Cayman. Welcome back to For the Record Show. I'm joined in the studio with by Miss Pat Estwick, Miss Corinne Glauser as well. She just stepped out for a moment. Before you get to respond to the caller we just had about senior citizens, retirees being denied access to loans, I just would like to add, we've had a couple of WhatsApp messages. Does the credit union have insurance for online transactions? If so, why does the online agreement have a clause that completely limits the liability of the credit union? I'm sorry you missed that question, Miss Corinne, but I'm going to let Pat answer.
Okay, well, just quickly on the if the caller relating to senior civil servants borrowing, if she could please give me a call, and I could review the incidents one by one, but we can still make a general reminder to the staff that they are they have ability, and it's not a new policy. On the insurance, yes, all our assets are insured, so and so. However, the difference with being online and when you come into the branch, you fill out a form to transfer money to someone, or you fill out a form to withdraw cash, or whatever you're doing, and you sign it, and we process it, and we sign it, and if we make a mistake, it's on us. But you're online, you've signed up, you're going to transfer money, you're going to pay your loan, you're going to set up automatic transfer, or whatever you're going to do online. That's on you. You're doing that. We have no piece of paper to corroborate that. If you find later that, oh my goodness, I meant to transfer to my granddaughter and I think it was the wrong account, you inform us, and we will research it, and that's how that process is not limited to the credit union. That's limited to any financial services that offer an online service, because you are the one doing the transaction. So the liability,
the responsibility
is going to be on you. Yeah.
Interesting. I know. I think we got more on WhatsApp possibly. Let me just double check. Sorry. I also noticed in the Bermuda Royal Gazette that the deputy editor, he was scammed out of $30,000, and he's having trouble getting his money back from the bank. I guess it's crazy the world we live in. A phishing attack or something. A fraud.
Yes. Well, the phishing attacks, we have regular cyber security training for our staff. In fact, as a regulated entity, we have to do cyber security awareness training, not only for our staff, but for our board and our volunteers. So we even have screensavers now. When you open your computer, it tells you phishing attacks, this is what you should look for. Or it says, remember, don't share your password. So we have to ensure our utmost duty, our fiduciary care, is the protection of our members' assets.
We had a caller call in, not on the air, but just to make the point that Miss Cicely Delapenna, blessed memory.
Yes,
she was
the
one
mother
of
our credit union.
Yeah,
the mother.
Yes,
wow.
She helped them, the seven, to form the credit union.
Right.
The 7 civil servants.
The 7.
They had actually contacted the Jamaica Cooperative Credit Union League and said, we want to start a credit union here in the Cayman Islands.
Okay,
and since
so
they're
she
older
was the
than
kind
us,
of
they said, oh yeah, we have a member there in
pioneer of
Cayman.
that.
She had just relocated to Cayman to do her pagoda restaurant and stuff.
I
And they
remember
said,
the Golden Pagoda.
yes. So they said, she can help you. So she, with the 7 civil servants, actually formed a study group to start the credit union. So she is the mother of our credit union. And we have all that information on our website.
We are About Us.
About Us, yes. And we also have a document there called the history of the credit union in the Cayman Islands. It has tons and tons of information in there.
All right, well, we've got 2 more callers on the line, so do you mind sticking with the calls?
No, let's go with them.
All right, caller, you're on the air. Welcome to For the Record. Go ahead.
Hi, good morning, all.
Good morning.
Morning.
Sorry if I missed this earlier. I kind of joined late, but what advice would you have for a young person that's trying to be a
Are you
homeowner
close to
now?
the speaker, caller? Sorry, you're kind of coming in a little echoey. I mean, if there's anything you can do to make it a little less echoey, I don't know. Give it another try. Let's see how it goes. Sorry.
Is this better now?
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah, so sorry, I was saying that I joined a little late, so I'm not sure if you guys covered this already, but what advice would you have for, a young human that's, trying to do everything right? I don't have a car loan, I don't have anything, I just want to be a homeowner and a landowner. So what advice would you have?
Yes.
Right.
Oh, wow.
Great question.
Yes.
Thank you.
We want you.
And yes, we want you. And you probably don't have a credit card either, which is even better.
Yes.
But yeah, so we would encourage you, first of all, to save as much as you can afford. Start looking around for. Come in, first of all, come in and let us give you advice on how much you can afford to borrow within your income right now.
Yes.
And then we will be able to better advise you as to whether you need to, save a bit and wait a while, or tell you, okay, no, you can afford this right now, and here's how we can work it out for you. Yeah. But that's what I think you should do. Come and talk to us. Make an appointment. Yeah.
And that's a good investment, right?
You're
the land,
welcome.
it tends to always go up, and it's actually getting harder for our young Caymanians to do it. So get saving early. We do have another caller. Let's go straight to the next caller. You're on the air with For the Record.
Yes. Good morning, Mr. Simon. Good morning, Ms. Park.
I recognize that voice. That's Mr. James Watler. He's amazing, man.
Our chairman of the board.
Okay,
yeah.
Wow. So he gives back so much.
Yes, thank you for giving us this opportunity to clear up a lot of misconceptions that are out there. We know that there are persons who make comments that have some truth, and then some of it is not necessarily correct. So that's the kind of misinformation that seems to be prevailing on issues pertaining to the credit union. The credit union is alive and well. It is very strong. It's a very strong entity. It has been for years, and with God's help, it shall continue to be so, because we are dedicated and committed to excellence. Excellence so that we can provide for our membership. Our membership depends on us as directors, as credit committee, as supervisory committee, and of course as our management team under the very capable leadership of Mrs. Patricia Elswick. We came from very humble beginnings, and I would encourage every listening person to go online, look up our history, and see from whence we came, and then see where we are today. Because the credit union is really and truly one of the miracles that have happened here in the Cayman Islands. It came in at a time when persons were unable to access certain finances from certain financial institutions. And because they were told, oh, you don't qualify for this, you don't qualify for that. Whereas the credit union took a totally different approach. It took a member-friendly approach. It looked at each member and look at their worth and look at what they could afford, and they advise accordingly. I mean, the other institutions may do a similar thing, but we are member-focused. Our members are not customers as we would be in any other financial institution. We are members and shareholders. And so that makes a major difference as to who we are and why the purpose that we exist. And we exist to help member. We keep on hearing that refrain over and over again. And many persons would not have a home or would not have a piece of land had it not been for the credit union, because they were not able to access finances elsewhere. But yet the credit union was able to assist them. And we try to make sure that they not only just spend money, but they save money. Because when you save money, then your power of being able to get the things that you need and you want, because there's needs and wants, you will be able to afford them. That is the beauty of the credit union. We're not just saying, oh, come in and borrow, but we are looking at you from a more holistic perspective. And that's what makes us unique, that's what makes us different, and that's why so many people have invested in us. Over 19,000 persons are now members, and we intend to grow that membership because we want to help as many persons as is humanly possible. So thank you very much for this opportunity for Record taking us on and making us explain, so that those who came on and made their comments on the other network, let's hope that some of them are listening and that they can get the facts straight. If they need it, let them talk to one of us directly. Rather than bringing things out in a negative way, let's look at it from the positive perspective of why we exist, why we are a credit union, and why we serve our members, and we serve them with dignity and respect always. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for your
Thank you, Brother
call.
James.
And thank you. I love the energy and the passion in Mr. James.
Well, that's what it's about, you see. We are the credit union.
Yeah.
We have our monies there.
And help countless people
Yes.
get their home
Yes.
and their piece of land.
That's
and
right.
probably
When you
the
hear those
car.
stories, Simon, it just touches
it
your
moves
heart
you.
and it just
It does.
encourages you to continue to serve your other members.
And the website is www.creditunion.ky We do have one more call. I got to go to work, right? But we're going to have one more call and we're going to wrap this up.
Oh, boy. Okay.
All right, thank you.
Caller, you're on the air with For the Record.
Good morning, Simon, and good morning to your panel.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, I just heard Mr. Watler mention that you got over 19,000 members. I was number 400.
Wow.
Yes, good for you. Good for you.
Mr. Armstrong
Yes.
and Miss Irma was the one who encouraged me
you
into
to join. Yes.
joining, and that was when they had a little house up on the stilts, like
Who's
where
that,
the glass
Irma
house would somewhere in that area.
No.
She was a retired school teacher from Peace Bay. I think Miss Irma, I think was her name. And I had quite a bit of money there, and I kind of stupidly exhausted by moving it and putting it into the banking system.
You can
And
bring
about
it back
5
now,
years-
though. You can bring it back.
Well, yeah, but I tried that. I tried that like 5 years ago, and some person who I didn't recognize their features, that I didn't grow with, told me that she gave me a list of things that I would have to do to reactivate my account. I said, but I'm already a member. Why do I have to do all this? I said, I will not walk in here with cash. I can do a transfer from here to there, or I can bring a draft. She said it doesn't matter to me. So I just didn't bother. So you have an advice for me?
Yes, sir. I apologize if that's the kind of reception you got. But there is a requirement. If your account goes dormant, if that means there has been no activity for 12 consecutive months, we are required to get basic due diligence from you, like, confirming where you stay, confirming your employment, or if you're not employed, confirming various things, just your contact information, if anything like that has changed. So that is just basic standard requirements once your account goes dormant. So I would encourage you, keep putting it out there, to come and see the CEO or ask for.
She's accessible to the members.
Yes, very much so, and or to come and talk to the chief operating officer. Just ask for one of us, and
try to do that on a regular basis.
Yes,
Probably not going to happen.
and you can come to my office, and I will have them do up the paperwork right there. You don't have to, stand in line or anything like that. That's the credit union difference.
That's right.
Thank you so much for that call. Member number 400, coming back home.
Yes.
Well, guys, I've got to go to work. I really appreciate this opportunity to have stepped in for a few days for Mr. O.C. Connor. The work Susan does behind the scenes, her beautiful voice. I love the way
And
she reads
she's a
that.
poet too,
She
does some good stuff. Yeah.
Can you do some poetry for us? We're going to make a few final remarks. Before we go, I'm sure OC is going to want you back on. I think all the callers who's helped made this experience much easier, and the great guests I've had on. I've been fortunate. Miss Pat, current CEO, let's...
So we mentioned that July 31st is our year end, and our auditors are in now. And so what I'm going to say to you is not audited, is not final audited. But I just want to let you know that we've had a very successful year, and our profits are up over 40%.
Yes.
So
Bigger dividends.
Our credit union is alive and well, as Mr. Watler said, and it's doing well, and we will continue to do well. But we know we also have to improve in certain areas, and we'll certainly continue to improve.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you to our thousands of members. Thank you for your trust. Thank you for your continued support and belief in us. And thank you for listening to the facts.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, Corinne.
Yes,
Corinne,
the mango
thank you
lady.
for the mangoes.
Yes. No, want to thank OC for always advocating and telling members a bit about the credit union. And I had initiated this long time ago, to come on and just update our members on what we're doing, and all those other people who are eligible to join the credit union and have not done so, to encourage them, because the credit union is the difference in people's lives, helping them financially, spiritually, socially, and otherwise. And we did not get to cover a whole lot of things, like the loan process is much shorter, and within share loan.
What, shorter than what? Shorter than
the process that you would find in other financial institutions, where their loans have to go perhaps overseas to the rest of the Caribbean to be considered.
You're dealing with
everything is done in the credit union. We're a local financial institution. Our credit committee looks after certain loans where collateral is required. A lot of loans are done right within the credit union by the CEO and her staff. So the process is much shorter. Although we want to say that at this stage, because of the demand,
that's good,
it's taken a longer time to get an appointment for a mortgage or something like that. But that's all good in the sense that members know that the credit union belongs to members. But we are, with the additional branch that we're going to have in Country Corner, we hope to facilitate and get back to that shorter period of time to process the loans. But we have other loans like the within share loans, which is very popular. You just walk into the credit union and say, I want $35,000, I want to go buy a new car. And
if
you
have that money in your
shares, so your shares fully secure that loan. You walk out with a check. You keep your shares so that you earn dividends on the shares, as opposed to if you had withdrawn that, you wouldn't get the dividends from that.
Interest rebate on the loan.
And the interest rebate on the loan. Once you're paying your loan regularly, you will get back some of the interest that you have paid during the financial year.
I've never heard of that anyway.
And
that's right.
And you can choose the amount that you want to pay back.
That's right. It's flexible. You can say, I think I only want to pay $250 a month. And that's fine. You tell us what your terms are.
Well, Corinne, Pat, thank you so much. Thank you, OC. He's, as you said, you thanked him too. He's done a lot for Cayman over the years. Immigration, as the cabinet secretary through Hurricane Ivan, he worked so hard, and of course in his role here, bringing in people like you, informing the public, letting people know.
And he does a lot of research too, and gives for the record, he says, I researched this, or I looked at Bermuda, looked at Turks and Caicos and stuff like that. So he's
always asking good probing questions and
thank you, OC.
To the bottom of things. Thank you, OC. Thank
but
you.
But if you need a mortgage now, you can come back. All right, we have. It was 25 years that I introduced, the board approved back in 2010. 25, and Miss Pat has extended that to 35 years. So if you're younger and your income is less, you can qualify with 35 years.
There you go. Investment in land, investment in a home. It's always a good thing if you can make it happen. But anyway, good morning, Cayman, and thank you all for listening. I wish you a great rest of your day, and God bless to everybody. Thank you, Susan, too. We're handing over.
At Doctors Hospital, we know life happens, and usually when you least expect it. So when unexpected medical issues arise, you need quality care, close to home. Located in the heart of Georgetown, our accomplished team of physicians and medical staff treat minor urgent conditions such as migraines, chest and abdominal pain, shortness of breath, burns, broken bones, open wounds, and more. 24 hours, 7 days a week with no appointment necessary. Peace of mind is important when life happens. At Doctors Hospital, we're always here just for you. Need to speak to someone? Call 949-6066.
Did you know that you can send money transfers to financial institutions anywhere in Jamaica with JN Money?
You mean I can send money straight to my account and cut out the middleman?
Yes, that's exactly what I mean. You send your own money to your own account, giving you peace of mind that the money is in your account.
JN Money Transfers to Financial Institution is another convenient service offered by JN Money. You can have this done from any JN Money location. Deposit your money straight to your account without the hassle of asking someone to do it for you. JN Money Transfers to Financial Institutions, making life easier.
Can you imagine your home completely organized? At Brand Source Custom Closets, we can. We specialize in designing and building custom closets and storage units for any room in your home, including the garage. With tailored designs and custom LED lighting solutions to fit your lifestyle and budget. Our Custom Closets expert is committed to enhancing the value of your home with a solution that is uniquely yours. Visit our showroom or call 623-6774 to schedule a no-obligation appointment with our design expert. Brand Source Custom Closets, 209 Dorsey Drive, Industrial Park.
You know, as a little girl, I dreamt of traveling to faraway places and foreign lands. I tell you what though, no more dreaming. This summer, I going flying with Cayman Airways. How blessed are we in the Cayman Islands to have a very own national airline? Girl, you can fly to so many international destinations without the hassle of connecting flights. On top of Jamaica, Cuba, and Honduras, you got non-stop flights from Cayman to New York, Miami, Tampa, and even Denver, Los Angeles, and now Panama. Going to be a little cafe con leche and Hollywood Squares for this old girl this summer.
Make your travel dreams come true with Cayman Airways, offering non-stop flights for non-stop adventures in Panama, LA, and many more places in between. For details and to book, call 949-2311, contact a travel agent, or visit CaymanAirways.com.
Hello, Cayman. If you have been chosen for the STEPS National Health Survey, thank you so much. But we still need your help. 1,000 more people need to participate in Step 3, the final step of the survey, to ensure that our data reflects the whole population of Cayman. We cannot do this without you. Help us shape Cayman's healthcare services. Say yes to Step 3. For more information, contact the STEPS team on 936-4969 or email mhwsteps@gov.ky.
Water Authority Cayman would like to inform its valued customers that the public water service will be temporarily interrupted on Rex Creighton Boulevard from the intersections of Chime Street to Spots Breed Street on Friday the 4th of August from 9 a.m. until 1 p.m. These planned works are to facilitate works in the area. Customers in the following areas will be impacted: Frangipani Villas, Harwood Lane, Spots Breed Street. The Water Authority apologizes for any inconvenience these works may cause and thanks you, the public, for your patience and understanding.
For the record, proudly brought to you by
Coca-Cola, available across the Cayman Islands from Tortuga Distributors. Accept no substitutes. Taste the feeling with Coca-Cola. Brand Source Home Gallery, inspiring luxury. And JN Money. From abroad to yard. Fast, affordable, convenient. Doctors Hospital. Peace of mind is important when life happens. Doctors Hospital, always there for you. Call 949-6066. And by the STEPS 2023 National Health Survey. Visit gov.ky/steps to learn more. And Cayman Airways. Call them on 949-2311 to book your nonstop flights to Los Angeles and Panama. And Digicel, Cayman's bigger, better network.
Are you feeling sick but don't feel ill enough to go to the doctor? Ask your pharmacist for advice. Here at West Bay Pharmacy, our pharmacists have been trained to offer helpful, easy-to-understand advice on the treatment of everyday minor ailments for yourself and all the family. Anything from headaches, cough, and sore throat to cold sores, our pharmacists will know when medical help is needed and will not hesitate to refer you to your doctor if your symptoms demand it. Like doctors, our pharmacists have a professional code, which means all personal information you give them will be treated in the strictest confidence. Visit us today at West Bay Pharmacy, where we care about your health.
Good morning. Cayman soon. Benil Miller. Don't forget, For the Record will be back Friday morning at 7:30 until 10.
To a place where the island breezes blow, to a place where the crystal waters flow. Three islands united in the sea. There's no place on earth I'd rather be. I can take you there. Oh, I can take you there. To the Cayman Islands. Ooh, to the Cayman Islands. Yeah, yeah, that's where I wanna be. That's where I wanna be. Not used to seeing naked trees, just used to my silver thatch palm leaves. Boy, I tell you, just used to seeing all these beautiful smiles all the time. Reggae calypso vibes. I can take you there. Oh, I can take you there. To the Cayman Islands. Ooh, to the Cayman Islands. Yeah, yeah, that's where I wanna be. That's where I wanna be. Though I may travel far, one thing I'll keep in mind, that there is no place on earth that I'd rather be than the Cayman Islands. Ooh, than my Cayman Islands. Yeah, yeah, that's where I wanna be. Where I wanna be. Where I wanna be. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Then the Cayman Islands. Ooh, then my Cayman Islands. Yeah, yeah, that's where I wanna be. Cayman is where I wanna be.
It's a 24-karat summer with Digicel. In honor of our first truly COVID-free summer, Digicel is giving away $24,000. Be one of 10 to win $2,400 this July. For a chance to win, all you have to do is switch to Digicel, activate a Prime bundle, or simply pay your bill on time. It's that easy. It takes 2 minutes to get $2,400 richer. Make the choice to win today and visit a Digicel store near you.
You know, as a little girl, I dreamt of traveling to faraway places and foreign lands. I tell you what though, no more dreaming. This summer, I'm going flying with Cayman Airways. How blessed are we in the Cayman Islands to have a very own national airline? Girl, you can fly to so many international destinations without the hassle of connecting flights. On top of Jamaica, Cuba, and Honduras, you got non-stop flights from Cayman to New York, Miami, Tampa, and even Denver, Los Angeles, and now Panama. Going to be a little cafe con leche and Hollywood Squares for this old girl this summer.
Make your travel dreams come true with Cayman Airways, offering non-stop flights for non-stop adventures in Panama, LA, and many more places in between. For details and to book, call 949-2311, contact a travel agent, or visit CaymanAirways.com.
under the big tree where everyone would be having a big party down Ardeen. Ardeen cooking up a rundown, people dancing all around. The whole of watering place down Ardeen. Everyone having fun and the food can't done down Ardeen in watering place. The best yam cake around, lemonade to chase it down Ardeen in watering place. When the whistle blow, Bully will let you know it's time for you to go down Ardeen. Let it fresh beef and pork, septic giving jokes, Tita and Why and Sammy down Ardeen. The whole family having fun and the food can't done down Ardeen in watering place. Best yam cake around, lemonade to chase it down Ardeen in watering place. Even if you're young and bold, I need to say, never grow old. And a big smile coming from Ardeen. Ardeen reaching to 101 was a blessing in the sun, and everyone really loved Ardeen. Everyone having fun, the food can't done down Ardeen in watering place. The best yam cake around, lemonade to chase it down Ardeen in watering place.